That's Glass Animals Flip from the Zaba. I was going to say OST, but album. These are the 820s. Now I reviewed the 800s, and then I reviewed the 800S, and the 800s were poor. I don't like a lot of things about them. And then the 800S has fixed a lot of those problems. And I'll start off this review by saying I like these more than both of those. The 800, 800S, these. Now, what are they? Well, they're the I love it when wires do that. These are the closed back version. And I think most of the other mechanicals have stayed the same. We've got the same cheap plastic feeling thingy here that wiggles. It does feel cheap. And then we've got this cheap plastic thingy here that does feel cheap. And it's a nice thing here. It says made in Germany, Sennheiser HD820. With these beautiful slides on it. And that's how you adjust the actual height. Although it's not centered, and you push your fingers down, little finger notches to adjust your height there. And the padding here is okay in this thing. It's not super thick. And then obviously they've taken the normal 800 cup and they've closed all the vents, make it closed back, and they did the back and they put a piece of concave glass. Well, it's convex to the inside of the cup, but it's concave to us in the back. So this is glass. And I gotta say, it's one of the prettier things I've ever looked at. It's very, very pretty. It's very, 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 very pretty. It's very pretty. And then we get to the pads, which are massive D. They want to just encompass the D. You love the D. And I'm gonna get to why I don't like the way these feel later on, but I'm not gonna distract myself from how they sound. So, they're a more refined version. They're a more refined and at the same time less refined version of the 800S. Because when you close something in like this, you're doing some stuff. And if you're not doing the stuff properly, you're gonna notice it. And I kind of notice, I feel like I put them on, and the big question everyone always asks is, well, are they as big and open and wide sounding as 800s? Yeah, they are. This is a closed back. This is a big closed back. This sounds big. It has the presence of a closed back. It has the presence of an open back in a closed back. But then again, it's also the size of like a truck closed back. So you put these pads on. The pads are like a soft velour, and then they're sealed pleather on the outside. Got your fabric on the inside, and you put them on. And they absolutely, I could hear my voice is muffled. So they're not semi-open, they're closed. They're not as closed as the Neumanns, but they're closed. And you start shuffling through tracks. And I find Glass Animals is one of the best examples of, go listen to Zaba on Spotify. Can I generate a Zaba link on Spotify? I don't know. Just look up Glass Animals Zaba. And you'll hear like this bigness, and there's like tings, and it echoes in the distance. And it's like, oh. It's very creamy music. People cream to Glass Animals. And it sounds really good. And then the low end kicks in. And that's when you start to realize, okay, you got very sharp, very detailed, click, click highs, click, click imaging. Really accurate. As accurate as the HD800. Where I start to feel like the closing of the backs has sort of taken a whoopsie. Is the bass is a little bit distorted. And you'll never hear anyone say that the HD800S has distorted low end. You just won't. It just doesn't. If anything, that's the cleanest shit. Hold on, here we go. So a little bit of Run the Jewels, which just randomly came on. Stay Gold. Which is a very like Run the Jewels is like the bass songs. Like the bass constantly, Oh Mama being my absolute gotta test if these subwoofers could explode song. And when I listen to like a bassy track on the 789, balanced cable, low gain, round 130, which is not like super loud, like I'm listening at a volume. I hear the headphones really having a heart attack. It's like, the bass is not fluid and flowing. It's not easy for it. It feels like the Mission Control Center during the Apollo 13 launch, and everyone's just scrambling around to try to keep shit from blowing up. That's what it feels like inside these headphones with the bass is kicking. It's like, oh shit, tune it differently. I don't know, and make more air. More. I found that if I squeeze the headphones closer to my head, if I crush the pads down, get rid of a little bit of this airspace, they have a much easier time controlling things. They don't sound as big and open, but you take away a lot of what the problem is with with the closed back headphones that are so big, is that you're enclosing them in a room. That's a fucking room. How many knuckles, Zios? 4. Almost a roomy 4. That's massive. And it's deep too. It goes down like a knuckle and a half. When you have that much space, you're not dealing with a headphone anymore. You're dealing with a small room. And when you press the pads against your head, that small room gets even smaller and smaller until it's just a headphone again. You lose the soundstage, you lose the width, but everything gets more controllable. But you let go of it, and it's got a very light clamp. These are not very hard clamping headphones. You're never going to get it to clamp hard. And that bass comes in, and it's like, oh, shit. They have bass, but I wouldn't call it clean. But now that I have Neumann NDH20s, that's clean. That's a 38 millimeter driver in a 2-knuckle. And they control the fuck out of it. And that's Sennheiser. Sennheiser owns Neumann. I'm hoping in the future that, oh, here, come here, baby. Come. Oh, Jesus. Did I fuck up? I fucked up bad. I fucked up so bad. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Okay. These are work headphones. Throw them around. That's fine. These are made by the same company, the same parent company. Sennheiser owns them. But these, and even though they're made out of like an old pair of Sennheisers, they really focused on them. They're not for the same market, number one. Audiophiles are buying 820s, and people who actually need to listen to music accurately are buying the Neumanns, or you should be at least. Which, by the way, I took a cable that was designed for the Audio-Technicas, and I took my oscillating sander, and I just oscillating sandered the fuck out of this, so that I could make it smaller, so that it fits in, and I could actually use a not stock cable, even still locks. So my day is won. But those specifically low end. Oh my God, accurate, tight. Only a 38 millimeter driver. That's smaller than M40s. That's teeny. And these things are massive and huge, and the driver's huge, and it's glass, and they can't quite wrangle it. I'm not giving these a bad review. I'm telling you what to expect. These are not a bad pair of headphones, but, and they were $2,400. They've finally dropped to like $2,000. And I've reviewed a bunch of $2,000 headphones, not closed backs. The $2,000 headphones I reviewed have been like the Ether 2s, and then the ATX 5000 X. I forget which ones the Audio-Technicas are. The big fucking ADX 5000s, and like those. When you get to high-end headphones and you get to a closed back one, it gets very, very weird because there's not many. TH900s, the Sapphire ones, absolutely trounce these. The standard TH900s, I could see people arguing, well, you know, this is this, and the treble's too high. But the Sapphire ones, the Sapphire tuning, absolutely all day. Ethers. Now, I've heard the 1.1s, and I have the stock ones. I don't want to upgrade them to the 1.1. I think if you want more neutrality, that's what you go with. Even the Ether CX is the one that's on Master for $900. Those also is like, okay, what Sennheiser's attempting here, and I God bless them for attempting it, is to make the same sound signature that made their HD800 so popular in a closed back, and it's very, very difficult. So now that we're done talking about the bass being like a bit much, it's a bit much. They need to tone it back. They need to put more dampening, lose some bass, but keep it clean. That's the golden rule. Now we got to talk about the treble, because HD800, not S, HD800 was basically unusable because of the treble. So I'm going to skip through some tracks. Billy Joel, The End of the World, demo, never released from the My Lives. It's like a piano. Very violent piano. And it's good. The treble is good. Right up there. Like, accurate imaging, accurate. Everything sounds fantastic. But if I shuffle long enough, I will find a song or a track or a part of a song where the treble comes in and my eyeballs want to be gouged out. So with the 800s, that was every song. With the 800S, it was only like 1 out of every 10 songs. And with these, it's like 1 out of every 10 songs. So they've managed to keep the treble right up there with some of the best treble you can get. But it's going to hurt you occasionally. You're going to find the song. Do I have a treble list? I used to have a... Here, wait. I actually have a treble list. Ennio Morricone, 7 Guns from the McGregors, legendary Italian westerns. That's horns, and those horns are blowing in my ears. No, my ears are going fa. I recommend everyone get a playlist going. I have best bass. I have most insane treble. This way, when you're testing a headphone, at least if you're like me and you're testing a headphone, you go, I really need to know how the treble is in these. Switch to treble playlist, play 7 songs in a row, take off, clean blood out of ears. Okay, I guess they're too much treble. Let's see what else we got. Licensed to Ill, Slow and Low. See right here, the bass in Beastie Boys. It's not even that bassy a song, Beastie Boys. The boom, 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 boom. It sounds like a kick. It sounds like a digital kick drum, and it's just not delivering. Treble's not terrible on that though. The Quake OST, Slipgate Complex, which is Trent Reznor, by the way. Academy Award-winning composer Trent Reznor did the Quake OST. Yeah, if it's just trebly and it's fine, it's fine. If it's treble murder in the song, you'll know about it, which I guess makes them very accurate in the treble. By the way, Mama Ozen for these, because I figured the black on the silver on the black, it's a theme. We've got this theme going, all right? Download that in the description. So we should talk about the wire. I mean, it comes with the basic setup. I think it also comes with a 4.4 Pentacon, which the owner did not include. He kept it for his other pair. I asked him specifically for the balanced, and we could talk about how much I hate the fucking Sennheiser wires for a second. Are there worse wires? Yeah, I have Edition XXs behind me. That is officially now the worst wire. Even Pasta unboxed it and went, holy shit, what is this? And she doesn't know much about headphones, but she knows what a fucking shitty wire is. And this wire is better than that, but I don't ever, like, I think they've softened it a bit. It used to be like vacuum cord heavy, and this actually has flexibility to it. But it always looks slightly janky. Like, it just has that, like, lump there. And the cloth is nice, but it I don't know. These are like, I wouldn't have settled with these if I was Sennheiser. Like, okay, you've got like rubber here. You've got like rubber, and then there's like a rubber. It doesn't even say Sennheiser there. And they put the stupid goddamn connectors that, of course, it has to be these. Because, you know, a 3.5mm male, that's not expensive enough. So they put these fucking... Give me the reason why. The only reason I could think of why you don't put like a 3.5mm is because you don't want 2 contacts that never ground out. If you plug a 3.5mm in and out, the ground and pot are going to touch, or maybe they really shouldn't because it's going to go past one or the other. But then, you know, they have this. So everyone can go spend their millions and millions of dollars on friggin' headphone cables. Right? Because no one's going to use this thing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just I don't like it. All right? I don't have to like it. You can't make me like it. F you. My channel, I don't like it. I can't get over how they look, though. Now, we're going to talk about something else right before I finish this. So, I think I've talked about sound quite a bit. Do they have the imaging of the HD820S? Yes. Do they have the treble tonality and vocals? Yes, they absolutely maintain those. The bass, something to be desired, and the treble can still kill you just like it could in the 800S. Just not as big as the 800. Comfort. Am I alone in the camp that thinks that these, after like 40 minutes, feel like you're wearing a racing helmet? I wore them. I put them on my desk. I said, I got 820s. I got to sit there. And I just wore them for like 4 hours. And I wasn't uncomfortable with them. Because they're, I mean, how could you be? They're so light and they're so giant. The problem is, they do something that other headphones don't. And other headphones have big earpads too, even the Edition XXs. But these go forward too much. If you wear glasses, I can't even imagine wearing HD820s with it, because it tries to reach out and cover your entire face. And I swear I wore them for 4 hours, and when I took them off, it wasn't like when you get hot ears and wearing headphones. My whole face, I've gone go-karting. I have a real race helmet I wear, go-karting, and it felt like that. It was that sort of area of my face was just like, fuck, please let go. Please let go. They're just too big. They're actually too big. Now, I might be crazy. Again, I'm just Zeos. I have Zeos's face. I'm judging this on Zeos's face. I don't have your face. If I had your face, I'd judge it on your face. But I wear them, and then it's like this mystery of like, where do I keep my ear? There's so many choices for ear. It could be in the back. If I put it in the back, if I put my ear in the back, then this is way too far on my face. If I put my ear in the front, then I feel like the sound changes because I've moved the whole driver back. So it's just like, I grasp the concept that, oh, bigger is better, but at some point, you still got to figure out the average size of a human ear and make it so you can't really adjust that far around it. So they got, I didn't want to do them 4 hours again. After that first day, I was like, ooh, I don't like that. There's like a perfect, like Sennheisers. They're heavy. The pad's not that big, but the pad's beautifully comfortable. They fit right over the ear. They fit in one position, not 19 positions. I don't want all positions. I want one position. And I think they're more comfortable. I'd also probably own them over these, but that's an open versus closed thing. At $2,400, these are not worth it. At $2,000, you're getting there. You're getting there. There's some issues. The build, I think Sennheiser's got a little bit lazy on this, like everything here. Like, I get it, but I don't want it. Like, even these feel more premium than those. That's aluminum, and that's metal, and that's metal, and that's rubber, but it's like real rubber. And this is, by the way, all metal. I was wrong in the review because I tapped it. And that's just super thin aluminum. Like, that's just, oh, then the hinge system is, oh. These feel more premium than these. The only thing that make these premium is the price and the glass. But you cannot get over how pretty that concave glass looks. 300 ohm, rockin' and sockin' and robots and ozonin'. So my review, my total, my finality of it is, I like these headphones more than the other expensive extreme Sennheisers. I still wouldn't own them. Still to this day. I have clear space on my wall, put 800Ss up there in a heartbeat. Don't do it. I've got other headphones that can do what the 800s do, but better in every category. Do you want detail? You want fucking detail? Aeolus. Do you want width and bass? Otor. Do you want to have fun listening to music? HP3s. Do you want to be able to show off beauty? Holy fuck 909s. Just looking at them. I don't even have to hook them up to anything. And when I do, I have to hook them to a specific amp to get it to work right. But yes, these are trying to be the Swiss Army knife of headphones, and I've told this in other aspects. Swiss Army knives suck. No one wants to pull out a Swiss Army knife and use that thing forever. You want a knife, you buy a fucking knife. You want a goddamn fish scaler, you got a full-length fish scaler with a sheath. And you want tweezers, do you really want to use those little tweezers? These are trying to be everything. Big and comfy and closed and accurate and wide. And they just pick a thing and be it. Anyway. I give them a nod. I shake them. I move on. I'll tell you to download that wallpaper in the description. $2 tier in my Patreon, by the way, gets every wallpaper I've ever used. I'll link to these. Hello? Hello? Was that Mr. Sennheiser coming back from the grave? I'll link to the Neumanns because, frankly, I think if you're considering $2,000 headphones, you can also consider buying 4 of these just because you have that budget. And that's it. I don't have much else to link to. That and that. Maybe the 800. I don't know. We're done. Sound demo for these will be in the description unless it gets pulled because I'm having a little... YouTube's going through a transitional period like so many other fucking places on the internet because I say the F word. And a lot of the sound demos, I'm going to give you the warning now, there's old songs that I've used for like years that are just getting flagged and blocked worldwide now. So if you see a sound demo that's not there, I don't even get notified of it anymore. They just block it. And I don't know. And I just did one with three in a row, uploaded them, released one, 2 days later, where'd it go? Where'd these other 2 go? Why can't I find anything? Blocked worldwide. They don't tell me. So if my sound demos disappear, that's what happened. And if this channel ever disappears, look for me on Pornhub, where the wallpapers will be scandalous. So yeah, Patreon, check out the RMAF GoFundMe. The thing about the RMAF room is I want to show speakers off, cheap speakers, but I also want to show off cheap headphone amplification gear, not necessarily cheap headphones. So you might see some expensive gear there so that you can listen to it through $100, $200, $300 DAC amp setups. So there'll be cheap headphones there as well, but I'm there to show the range. There's no reason you can't listen to an $1,100 set of headphones on a Mica Origin, you know. So think about that when you think about Rocky Mountain. Rocky Mountain, the new forms, you could check out the link in the description for the Hi-Fi Guides post on these. DMS and I have started a forum, and we're hoping to keep it like organized, like brand new. It's 2019. We know how people talk about headphones. There is a specific forum post created for this can. If you have anything to say, go there and say it. Yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna move on, and I have to still do the sound demo for these, and I'm hoping that it isn't absolutely ridiculous. Moving it around, and I'll see you all in Denver.